There are some ways you can use to keep your customers happy, and that is what I want to share with you here. If you are a mail owner or you are a mail operator like this one, you have this hammer mail or electric mailing services you provide to people. There are some ways you can use to keep your customers happy, and that is what I want to share with you here. Since I started mailing this, I've not had any difficult or any stubborn customer here, because I always ensure that I keep them calm and give them what they want. So first, what you can do is, if the customer complains of the final product not being final enough for them, that is, they tell you it is a bit rough and they want it to be smooth, don't hesitate to tighten it. All you do is to use this. Okay, so tighten it and ensure that they get the smooth one for them. And if maybe you tighten it to a certain limit, that tighten it further will not help you. The only thing is, for those stubborn customers, the only thing is, you put your hand on this the steering wheel, just move your hand around it, but never turn this. Okay, don't turn it, just move your hand around it, like pass your hands over it this way, pass your hand over it, and ask them how is it okay for them now. You see that they respond yes, or they even respond no. With that, pass your hand over it again, but don't turn it. That is one of the ways. And you hear them say, yes, it is not better, I like it this way. Meanwhile, you didn't do anything to this. But because they are stubborn and you want to keep them at peace, don't fight them. Just pass your hand over it and ask them. Pass your hand over it again, don't turn it. That is if you have reached a limit that you can't turn it further. Or turning it further will not cause the grains to mail finer for them. Okay, so that's one of the ways you can do for them. And the next one is, with this meal, if you have this meal, there's no way you say you're not going to mail dry grains. You always mail these dry grains. We call them the akweli. Sometimes you have to mail them 3 times. You mail the dry grains 3 times. That is the standard. People mail 3 times. But with stubborn customers or somebody who complains of it not being final, don't hesitate to mail it 4 times for them. 4. They are your customers. So if taking note of that, but after you have mailed it for a 4th time for the person, take note of the person. Anytime the person comes, try to make it 4 for the person. And with that, the first one, you mail the first one very fast enough. So you make it a bit rough so that it will go faster for you to get the second one. Then you tighten it a bit. Third one, tighten it a bit. Then the final one, you tighten it. That's all 4 times. But if the person is not that stubborn, the person likes the third one, you just leave it there for the person. So that is also one of the ways. If the person, you used to mail it 3 times for people, and the person wants it the 4th time, just do it for the person. Period. And the next one you can also do is, people come, it's not all the time you're working. Sometimes you put it off, and the person comes, he's the first person, he or she is the first person that entered the mail, and the person is in a hurry to go. But you are also, maybe it's not time for you to start work, so you are still waiting for the time to catch up before you start, or you're waiting for more product to come before you start the mailing process, and the person is frowning the face. Okay, so such a person, what you can do is, with my mail here, what I do is, I ask you, can you start the mail? Like, you come here, engage the person in a form of informal conversation. Can you mail the product yourself? If I start the mail for you, can you do it yourself? If the person responds yes, then you tell them that then they should relax. They should just ensure that they have all their products put in the pan, this one here. So once they put everything here, then you go back to do what maybe you're doing, just to delay a bit of the time. And then you call them, or you call them, just mention their names. If they respond, you ask them whether they are ready, and they say yes. Meanwhile, you are still trying to forward the time. Okay, and with those people, if you come and you see that their face they have found their face and it's not looking nice at all, then you start the mail for them. Okay, one thing I've also observed is that if you allow the customer to do the mailing themselves, they're always happy. I don't know what is actually the secret, but if I start this for them and I allow them to mail themselves, they're always happy. And anytime they come, they want to do it themselves. And it's no big deal. Okay, you doing it and give me the same amount of money I need, there's no problem with it. So we start it, give it to the person, they mail it, and then they go. That is, they serve themselves, they're happy, they go. You don't have to fight them. So that is also one of the ways you can do to help them. Just small things. One, if the person complains of the product not being fine enough, you mail it for the first time. Okay, for them, that is the dry greens. But if tightening becomes an issue, just pass your hand over the steering wheel, pass it again, pass it, ask the person, is it okay? The person responds yes, because he didn't know, you did not even do anything to the steering wheel. You just pass your hand over it. He didn't know it. So he responds, it's okay now, or it's better now. Then you leave it there. If the person is also has been here and you have not yet started work, you find ways and means to delay the person a bit, and then you start the mail for them. They do the mailing themselves, and they're always happy, comfortable. Even if it is not looking fine as you would have done it for them, they are still happy, and then they don't fight you. And from there, they always come to you. So there was also one time a customer came here. So after mailing, he went to and then he told his people that so far he's the only one in their family who has come to mail his own product. So he was happy. So the next time one of the family members came, he was like, why don't I allow them to also do the mailing themselves? Because the previous day, the guy who came here said he did it himself. He did it himself. So why don't I allow him to also do it himself? I said, okay, I'll start it for you and then you do it yourself. But mind you, if I start it, you're not going to mail only your product. You mail whatever that is left in the mail. And he was happy to do the work for me. I didn't even pay him to work for me, but mailing alone, he is happy that he is involved. I didn't do anything, okay, but mailing alone, he was happy that he's doing the mailing himself. And he also went home, said the same story to his people. This time around, he did more than what the first person did. And that was how they're all happy, and then they keep coming. So here, I always have happy customers because I don't fight them, and they don't also fight me. Anyone who tries to be aggressive, I find ways and means to cool the person down, and then I collect my money from them. That's all. As far as I'm here to make money, if I'm able to cool you down, you give it to me without complaining. And that is my job here. Just to ensure that you're happy with what you came here for. So that you give it to me willingly. Not that I'm cheating you and not that I'm exploiting, but you are happily giving it to me for my service rendered. So that is how I'm doing my service business here as a mailing operator or a rural mailer, like I've described myself. And the last one I want to tell you is also that about keeping your customer happy is this simple thing I did. I went around all the mailing centers around the electoral area. Let me say the electoral area or the yeah. I went around about about 5 times in the district. I went around those times, and one thing I observed in the mailing centers were that there there were no seats for the customers. So it means the customers have to stand tall while the mail operator operates or mails the bills for them to go back. But the customer stands tall, no seat for them to sit. And what did I do? I got them a seat. I got them a seat for just two people, not more than two people to sit. And that single thing I did, that was where they started saying it is only my mail they came and they were able to get a place to sit and wait for their turn. So I said, oh, it means this simple thing I did worked perfectly for me. Okay. And like the other mails, if they are mailing for you, you have to stand tall here and then be controlling whatever they are mailing for you here also as well. But I got them a short chair so that you will sit close to your product, and then if you don't like it, you just be feeling it. If you don't like the texture, you talk about it and do it a bit. So you don't stand and be squatting up down to do it. You sit quietly or you calm yourself down by sitting and then be checking it for yourself. If it is okay, tell me. So getting these two chairs is what has made all the difference, and people happily come here anytime they come or they have a product, they come here to mail, and I'm also happy to serve them.